You're listening to the Jewish Entrepreneur Podcast with Debbie Sasson, episode 93. Welcome to the Jewish Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Debbie Sasson. I went from being a financial advisor, author, and chronic under-earner to building my business to six figures as a financial planner and money mindset coach, and then onto multiple six figures as a full-time money and business coach. I help entrepreneurs create money-making businesses and build wealth using sales and money mindset strategies and in alignment with authentic Jewish values. Now, let's dive in to today's show. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the podcast. I am so excited to share with you today how I am restructuring my business, why I am doing it, and what that means for you. But before we jump in, I just want to share with you a little anecdote about what happened last night. My husband and my three single boys and I all went down to the desert. It's about a 2-hour drive from my home, and we went stargazing. And these are some of the lovely things that we get to do as moms with our families to just enjoy our special time together. I'm a mom of 8 children, 5 of whom are married. And so this was something special that we could do with our now older kids before they also go back to school or yeshiva. All my 3 boys will be going back tomorrow or next week, and my house is going to empty out. Well, actually kind of empty out. My daughter with her 3 kids are actually arriving back from a summer away in the United States. They're arriving tomorrow morning, and they're going to be staying with us for about a week because they've moved apartments while they were away. They had to move all of their things, and they have to go and sort things out in their apartment, put up shelves, unpack the boxes, put everything in the right place. So they are going to be staying with us. And it's also going to be fun having cuddles with my 3 grandkids, whom I haven't seen for 2 whole months. The baby was just a few weeks old when he left, and he's going to come back, this joyful peaches and cream, smiling, adorable baby that I've seen in pictures over the summer. I think that one of the primary reasons why I am restructuring my business is exactly because of these 2 incidents that I'm telling you about that have to do with my children. As a mompreneur, a grandmapreneur, and as also a daughter. My dad, thank God, is still alive. My stepmom, I have a sister, 2 brothers, a stepbrother, so really 3 brothers. I have family in the United States. And as someone who's in that middle generation between the younger and the olders, I really wanted to create a business that would work for me, doing all of the things that are really important in my life. We talk about work-life balance. I think that work-life balance is a little bit overrated. I'm not even sure how to get balanced. But I think that if we look at our lives and businesses over a period of time, then we might find balance. We're a little bit more in our business at some points, like when my kids go back to school, to yeshiva, then I will be able to jump more into my business. And then there are times when I am more the mom, more the grandma. If you've been listening to my podcast for a while, you know that when this cute little baby who's arriving tomorrow morning was born, I was the doula. I got to be there for my daughter and for my new grandson and watch him and be part of him being born into the world. So this is how I love to fill myself up. It's part of my value system. As a Jewish woman, my relationship with God and my spirituality is also important. And I want to have all of the things. There's a seasonality to business. There's a seasonality to life. There is a seasonality to economic growth on a global scale. And the way I am restructuring my business is incorporating all of that for me and for you. So let's talk about first where I am right now. I started my business many years ago, 15 years ago, as a financial planner. And then as I grew and developed and learned more about the personal finance industry, I learned that there was this thing called money blocks. And many of my clients, even my investing clients with millions of dollars, had a lot of fear, scarcity, worry, angst about their money. They were worried that the stock market was going to collapse. They were worried about money just being taken away in a Ponzi scheme, just disappearing, which has happened many times over the years, over the decades through various unsavory mechanisms. But there was a fear around money. And whether someone had millions of dollars or they were hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, I saw that people were blocked around money. And that led to me getting a series of different certifications and slowly adding coaching into my business. And then that morphed into money and business coaching. And where I am today is running a business coaching program and working with a few select one-on-one clients while I'm serving my coaching community, which is called Wired for Wealth. Until now, Wired for Wealth has been a 9-month coaching program, but as of now, enrollment is now open to the Wired for Wealth Academy. I am restructuring my group coaching program for lifetime access, meaning that you're no longer limited to 9 months, but you can join once and you can stay in Wired for Wealth, getting weekly coaching for as long as you want. And the price, I'm going to tell you about the particulars, but I just like to lead with price. I don't like to be murky about it. I want to be 100% transparent so you don't have it in your mind like, what's she charging? The price is actually staying the same. It's a $6,000 investment, and you just need to pay once, and you really can show up and get coaching for a year, for 2 years, 3 years, as long as I run the program. And, for the next year, 2, 3, 5 years, I don't see any reason, God willing, my health should be good, why I should change that. So now let's talk about why I decided to change the program. Here's the thing is that, first of all, when we run our businesses, and I really want to share this with all of you, whatever stage of business you're in, we jump in and we do it messy. We try something and we see how it works. And what I have noticed as I'm coaching a group is that some people will be able to make their money back within the 9 months. Some people will be able to double, triple, quadruple their investment during the 9 months we are together. And some people actually take longer. Sometimes because there's just a fear that they have of going out there, being visible, talking about what they do, who they are, and who they serve. And sometimes it's because there are life events involved. There are 3 women in the current cohort of Wired for Wealth who made weddings in the last, few months. And that's going to take you out of your business for a while. I've had clients who've given birth, clients who unfortunately have gone through divorce, people who've lost parents, friends. Like life is full. And as I really started out with, I'm living the sandwich generation at the moment between my parents on the one hand, my kids and grandkids on the other hand. And God willing, everybody should be healthy. But what I want to do is structure a business for me and structure a business for you that is going to be able to carry you through all of the life events, which means if you need to take time off, and I don't want to use family as an excuse, and we've talked about this before, because we can lean on our family. Because of this, I didn't get my work done today. Because of that, I didn't get my work done today. And I know that you want to run a business, but we can let these sneaky thoughts get in the way. Sometimes we're just tired because we have been busy with the kids. I went to bed late last night because we were out stargazing, and here I am up in the morning recording a podcast because I know that I have to get it out to you. So we want to make sure that we're not leaning too heavily on the excuse of our family, and yet we're letting our family take the priority that we want to let it take during the time that our family needs us a little bit more than usual. As I said, if we look at the timeline of seasonality, there will be times when the family needs more of our attention and times when our business needs more of our attention and we can give our business our attention. So my goal for anybody who's going to join the Wired for Wealth Academy is really that you should be able to make your money back within 2 to 3 months, meaning if you have an offer that you can put out into the world that is a 4-figure offer, meaning $1,000 or $2,000, something for which you can charge like $1,000, that within 2 to 3 months, you should be able to make your money back. And my goal is that you can 10x your investment, meaning you can make $60,000 within a year. If you stay in the program and you 10x your investment in a year, you can actually create $150,000 in 2 years. And I really do believe that you're going to get everything that you need. Now, if you're an earlier stage entrepreneur, you're just getting started, the program will also work for you. It will just take longer, and you're going to need to muster up, a little bit more of getting over that learning curve of your business, learning how to do the tech stuff in your business, learning how to market, talk about what you do, show up online if you want to market online, go to live workshops if you want to be a part of live, networking groups or give a workshop live, and you're going to have to learn to do that. The fact is we all learn to do that at all stages of our businesses anyway. Your learning curve is just going to be a little bit longer because you haven't done it yet. So that's the first thing that I want to point out to you about what is changing in my business. And I just love that everybody can come into this container and have a community that is fired up about building businesses, serving people outside of ourselves, and making money at the same time. The second thing that's changing in the way I'm restructuring my business is that inside the membership portal, there will be small pre-recorded videos. They're going to be about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes of length. And you'll be able to just quickly learn something and apply it. Learn something and apply it without sitting in front of a 1-hour, course where you need to learn a whole big thing in order to take your business forward. Until now, it hasn't been a program with a curriculum. But now that I have run through my process for 3 cohorts, and I think, again, you start messy, you learn on the job, and that's a beautiful thing. And your clients also get results while you're doing it messy. But now that my process is more solidified in my mind, I can record it and I can give it to more people. And then what we're going to be able to do on a weekly basis for the live coaching is everybody can get hot seat coaching, mindset coaching, strategy coaching, like wherever you are in your business, whatever it is that you need, you'll be able to show up to the calls and get what you need to take the next step forward. In addition, I'm going to be running workshops once a month. Really 9 times out of the year because we have Jewish holidays, and the Jewish holidays also take a chunk out of certain, seasonality. We talked about that, certain periods of the year. Like next month, we're going to have the Jewish New Year and Yom Kippur and Sukkot. Like it's going to be a 3 to 4 week period where I personally, as a mom, as a wife, as a religious person, I'm not going to get a lot of work done in my business because my attention is going to go much more to family and spirituality. And that's okay. And that happens also in the spring during the Passover holidays. So we're going to be running in the Wired for Wealth Academy workshops, longer form, where you're going to learn something specific that you need to grow your business. We're going to start by talking about how to think as a CEO, how to start looking at yourself and upgrading your self-concept to a CEO who's running a business, who is planning for the long term of your business from day one. And whether you've been doing this for 2 or 5 years already, or you really are running a brand new business, the sooner you can think of yourself as someone who runs a business, the more quickly you start showing up and making decisions with a business mindset, not from I don't know, I'm scared, or I don't feel good today, the baby kept me up last night and I just don't want to show up. You know what? When you're working in a business, especially if you're working for somebody else, if you remember the days when you had paid employment, if that was you, like even if you didn't feel good, you went to work and you got work done. And I want you to be able to do that as well as an entrepreneur. So we're going to be starting in September. Wired for Wealth Academy starts Tuesday, September 5th. With a 90-minute workshop on developing your CEO mindset and CEO strategy. And then when we do the October workshop, that's going to be specifically about honing and refining your offer, making sure that you have an offer that you can go out into the world and serve your people. And we're going to be talking specifics about your offer. So that is the formal structure of the Wired for Wealth Academy. Now let's talk about your business, my business, your business, because we're very similar. We share more commonalities in our businesses, even if we do different things than, what makes us different. The bottom line of a business is that it should be profitable. Now, if you have to borrow money to get your business going or to keep your business running, I never think that that's a problem. If you think of any brick and mortar business who is selling, physical goods, whether it is a supermarket or a clothing store or even like a dentist's office, in order to get going, that business owner is going to have to borrow money. You need to rent a space. You need to turn on the lights, turn on the water. If it's a store, you need to stock the shelves with inventory before you've earned your first dollar. So anyone running a physical brick and mortar business understands the concept of borrowing money to get the business going. Those of us who run online businesses, I have noticed that idea feels very far away. People think erroneously that you can get a business started without investing cash. And if you don't have cash laying around, as if we have cash laying around, but you might have cash in a savings plan, or you've had severance pay from a job that you finished working in, you were let go of, you were fired or made redundant, or maybe you go and borrow money, right? You need that cash in order to invest in your business to get it going. And so I never think it's a problem for you to borrow money in order to make your business grow and thrive. However, over time, we want to make sure that our business is generating a profit. We're going to be looking at your finances in the Wired for Wealth Academy. That's one of the future workshops, is really how to plan for profit, to look at your income, to look at your expenses, and to know where you stand. Because we want to make sure that you're not working hard all day. And usually the one that works the hardest is the CEO, the one that puts in the hours, takes all the risk, and he's usually burning the midnight oil, is the one who's in charge of the business. And we want to make sure that you get paid if you are the CEO of your business, because I know it's fun and I know that you love what you do. And I want to make sure that you're making money, number one. And number two, putting money aside for the future, putting money aside for your healthcare, putting money aside for your retirement, because, hey guys, we never know what's going to happen in the future. You don't know if something's going to happen tomorrow. You're going to have a health scare or something else, another reason you're going to have to go and take care of your kids, your parents, whatever. We want to make sure that you are saving money for the unexpected, and also, for when you're 85, 90, God willing, to 120, right? I want to make sure that you are putting money aside and growing your wealth passively through investments for the future, because not all of us are going to want to get out of a rocking chair at 85 years old and earn money. So we have to think smart and sensibly about our business. And there are not enough people in the coaching industry who are talking about this. They talk about make money, make money, make money, which is a beautiful thing. And I love that too, especially for women. And I also recognize that most women are going to be managing money on their own at some point in our lives, because we have longevity on our side. And if you are in a heterosexual relationship, man-wife, wife is usually a couple of years younger than her husband. That's just statistics. Although my husband is 16 days younger than I am. And both of my married sons married women younger than them. But regardless, women tend to outlive men. And I want to make sure that you know how to manage your money and that you have money for your future, because it is really uncomfortable. And I've seen this in my financial planning business. It is really uncomfortable to have to rely on your children to take care of you when you are older. So we want to make sure the money that is coming in now into your business is paying the bills in your business, putting money aside for savings that's short term in case anything happens. And I want to make sure you're putting money into a retirement account so you have money for your future. That has to be a goal of your business. It can't just be to make ends meet. That's a beautiful goal, but we do have a future. You have the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, God willing, into the hundreds, and you have to plan smartly for those too. So that's going to be a very specific feature of the Wired for Wealth Academy, is that we will be talking about growing wealth, using your business as a source of income to produce money and help you build wealth for your future. I also want to encourage women in particular, men, but women in particular, to grow and scale their business. So what does that exactly mean? Because there's a difference between growth and scale. When I started in my coaching business, I worked with my clients one-on-one. That means I would show up on a coaching call for 60 minutes and I got paid, whether it was 3 months or 6 months or 12-month coaching packages, I could work one-on-one. Now my business is evolving so that it's what we call a scalable model. In my Wired for Wealth 9-month program, there are currently 6 clients in my May cohort. In the December 2022 cohort, there were 8 women. But that means I can show up online, as it were, for an hour, and I can serve more people at the same time. There's a similar concept if you are working not in a coaching business, but let's say you are a copywriter or you're a website designer. And rather than always doing a done-for-you package where you're writing the copy for your clients or you're building the website for your clients. So again, your time is valuable and you get paid for the time or the package that you're offering for your clients. When you grow into a scalable model business, you're running an agency where you have other people working in your business for you. Why is this important? And why do I strongly encourage women in particular to grow scalable businesses? And it goes back to what we were talking about in the very beginning, and that is the seasonality of our lives. As moms, as business owners, as wives, as daughters, we can't always show up in our business, or we don't always want to show up in our business. And if you have to be there 24 hours a day, 6 days a week, because I take off the Sabbath, right? If you have to be the only person who's serving your clients in your business, if you can't be there, you are not making money. And I really think about this as my dad has now turned 85 years old in July, and God willing, we do have good genes in the family, my dad's family, my granddad's family, and we have, longevity genes, and he should live and be well for many, many, many more years to 120. But I also think about if I need to take time off out of my business to take care of my dad, to be there for something happens, I don't know. There is a huge question mark for me, for you as, again, a wife, a daughter, a mother, a grandmother, and you want to grow your business so that money can come in even when you're not there. And that is going to be a huge focus for the clients who join Wired for Wealth. And it might not be right in the beginning that all of my clients are going to be ready to scale their business and build a one-to-many model. But as the Wired for Wealth community grows, and as the income of my clients grows, we will be building scalable businesses because you've got to make your business work. It has to be structured for you over your lifetime, over the seasonality of your life, so that you can be in your business and you can take time off. If you have a scalable model business, you can take 4 weeks off in the summer to be with your kids, or you can take 4 weeks off during the Jewish holidays, and your business either will work without you or you'll be doing scalable offers at some other point. But what I want to recommend very, very strongly is that you begin with the end in mind. And that is as a business owner who wants to earn money to pay her bills today, as a business owner who wants to save money for the unexpected things that happen in your life and in your business in the short term, as a business owner who is looking to the future and your future financial needs, your future time needs, your future emotional needs, you think strongly about creating a business model that can scale. Growth is when you just grow either the number of clients you can serve one-on-one, or you grow your income by raising your prices. And then scaling is how you move from one to many. And your business has to be ripe. It has to be at the right stage of business to move from growth to scale. You have to be working with many, many clients over a period of time to really know who your ideal client is, how you serve them, and you have to know what your process is. And that's something, as I said, that I have developed in Wired for Wealth since I started the first cohort in June 2022. And now I'm ready to scale the business even bigger than I have already. So that is what I have for you today, why I'm restructuring my business, how I'm doing it, and what that means for you. What it means is that you can come into a community where you are right now. You can invest $6,000 once. And I think that that's also a really important point. I have been a member of several different coaching communities, and I know that the investments that we make in coaching communities can happen over and over and over again. And what I want to do is really call that out, especially in 2023, when economic activity is slowing down and people are feeling maybe a little bit tighter, in terms of their expenses. This is an opportunity for you to join once and get everything you need to create a 6-figure business. I really believe that you can grow your business to at least $150,000 by being in this room and joining right now. If that appeals to you, go to my website, debbiesasson.com wired.com/wealth. You can look at all of the particulars and details of Wired for Wealth, and you can sign up for a sales conversation. There's a click now button or sign me up, apply now button on the sales page. Let's talk about where your business is, what you need, and if this is the right investment for you. I'm really thrilled that 3 of my clients who have already been in Wired for Wealth are upgrading to the Lifetime Access Academy. And so I'm already starting with a beautiful cohort of women who have businesses that are going concerns, who believe in me, believe in themselves, and believe in growing and scaling their businesses. And so we're off to a very good start. As you'll notice on the sales page, we start September 5th. That's a Tuesday, and we will be running 2 calls every day. We'll be running 2 calls every Tuesday. The morning Israel time and the afternoon Israel time. The afternoon slot is suitable for anybody in the United States. The morning slot is suitable for anybody who's in the European time zone or even in Australia and New Zealand. That is what I have for you today, my friends. Today, as I'm recording this, is Erev Rosh Chodesh. That means the new month, the new Hebrew month of Elul is starting tonight. I'm also going to take this opportunity to wish you a Ktiva v'Chatima Tova, that you should be inscribed and sealed in the Book of Life, because in just 1 month, we will be celebrating the Jewish New Year. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions about your business, scaling, if you want to ask me any questions about Wired for Wealth, again, go to the sales page, debbiesasson.com/wealth. Take a look at the details and send me an email if you have any questions. Sign up for a sales conversation or consultation. I would love to invite you into the room if it is the right investment for you at this stage of your business. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to the Jewish Entrepreneur Podcast. If you want to stop underselling and under-earning and close more sales, you need to clear the limiting money beliefs that are sabotaging your business growth. Head on over to debbiesasson.com/mindset and download my free Money Mindset Workbook. Uncover and dissolve money blocks like hundreds of other entrepreneurs who are now building 6, multi-6, and 7-figure businesses and creating true financial freedom.